Today, we're going to talk about survivorship bias. Why do old things feel particularly durable? The truth is, the ones that weren't durable have long since broken. Why do old songs sound so good? Likely because the bad ones didn't stand the test of time. Why do smiling girls often seem to have good luck? Probably because those with bad luck can't bring themselves to smile. There are many things in life that go against our common sense, and we can collectively call this survivorship bias. Survivorship bias is an extremely common cognitive error. We only see the samples that remain, succeed, or draw attention, while ignoring the silent, failed, or eliminated majority. This leads to one-sided or even incorrect conclusions. In other words, the world we see is often just the world of the survivors, and this has a profound impact on how we perceive and understand reality. The most famous example of survivorship bias comes from World War II, involving Allied fighter planes. The planes were taking heavy losses in air combat, so the military wanted to reinforce areas most vulnerable to enemy fire. After each mission, returning planes showed the most hits on their wings, while the tail and cockpit had almost no bullet marks. Naturally, they considered adding armor to the wings, where the damage was densest. But a few dissenting voices argued differently. Since planes with many wing hits were still able to return safely, the wings could withstand considerable damage without being fatal. Instead, attention should be paid to the planes that were shot down and never returned. The tail and cockpit weren't hit less often, it's just that planes hit there never made it back. They crashed in combat and couldn't be observed. Following this logic, the Allies reinforced the tail and cockpit armor. As a result, the survival rate of Allied aircraft increased significantly. This is the classic case of survivorship bias. In real life, this phenomenon often unconsciously influences our thinking, tempting us to make bad decisions and pay a heavy price. For example, we often see people online making millions a year by acting silly, being outrageous, or spinning hand dances. This makes us think, that's so easy, I could do it too. But that's usually not the case. We don't see the hidden majority who failed behind the screen. Quitting school or your job to dive headfirst into being an online creator could end up wasting time and money. Survivorship bias is like an invisible filter. It presents a distorted, overly optimistic picture of the world. But the world has never been made up solely of winner stories. Those attempts that quietly vanish, the voices that are drowned out, the efforts that never cross the finish line, they also deserve our attention. Only by seeing them can we truly see the complete face of reality. We may still be drawn to dazzling successes in the future, but with an understanding of survivorship bias, the next time we face a choice, we can be a little more calm, a little more cautious, and a little more humble about our own limitations. For young people especially, seeing through this filter is a key step toward mental maturity, rational decision-making, and inner peace.